Hello and welcome to another update video about Palladium. A lot of people asked me for a Palladium update. We're taking a look at the chart today. We want to start at the daily chart, then we zoom in a little bit to the 4-hour chart, maybe the 1 hour, but we don't want to get too detailed here. The idea is, basically overall unchanged from the last video. I think it's been a while. But there has been a small change on the micro here. So the idea is currently still, and that hasn't changed, that a larger third wave topped here around the 25th of February. I see it currently, because I'm looking at it as a wave 4 correction at the moment, I see it really in the late stages of that wave 4. The overall support area, really long-term support area, is here between $511 and $1,060. We've entered that. That is really a long-term support area, yeah. And the market at the moment is in this area. Hasn't shown, however, sufficient evidence that we are reversing. So it's just made a new low. And on the 4-hour chart, I'm going to talk about that. But looking at the bigger picture, I see it here as potential A wave down, B wave up, which topped here in September 22. And now, since then, the market has been in this long C wave move to the downside. Yeah, quite aggressive, actually. And I mean, if you look at this, it's really lost a lot in value. I mean, even since this B wave, or let's just pick the third wave top, it's declined like 74%. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's quite cool because I think there is a good opportunity there. But so far, it hasn't confirmed a low yet. So we talk about potential targets there. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. Here, I think in the last video, I can't remember really because I do update it also very irregularly in our stocks and S&P 500 service. That we have a section for additional setups for the higher tiers, but I do update it sometimes there. It's not one of the regular ones that I update. But I can't remember exactly when I made the last video. I haven't rewatched it. But I think we talked about potentially that this long-term low was already in here, because we could identify a potential 5-wave move to the upside. Now, it's not the cleanest 5-wave move. It's not very well structured. There isn't much structure in this move up, actually. But I think I looked at it as a potential 5-wave move. But it became very aggressive on the way down. And really, whenever we have a potential long-term reversal or a reversal after a long-term decline, for example, basically a trend change, yes, it's always the first 5-wave move into the other direction that will give us an indication that in this case a low would be in, but it's always the second confirmation that's needed as well, basically the market's ability to hold a corrective retrace, and that so far hasn't happened yet. So it made a new low. However, so far only a marginally lower low. And really what we need to see to suggest that a long-term low has been struck, it is, again, still, we need to see a 5-wave rally, ideally here above the December highs, which is now at 1,258. But at least one 5-wave move up and the corrective retrace. Then we can look at it. At the moment, there is no micro setup that would suggest a low is in. There are some Fibonacci levels that we can watch for targets to the downside. This one has nearly been reached. I mean, the next micro target is here around $886. Nearly been reached. Looks a little bit like a bear flag here. Maybe, okay, which might lead to another low. That's obviously a little bit speculative. We're really on a small time frame there, but I mean, you could argue a break above this potential bearish flag here could have bullish implications that then we can watch for a 5-wave move to the upside. But at the moment, there's nothing there that would make me confident that a low has been struck. But it's overall that larger yellow area where I'm watching for a low to form. Again, it doesn't need to come down to 886 or even here in the into the mid $700 range, but it just needs to give us some kind of a 5-wave impulse to the upside. If I go to the daily chart again, just wondering, is there a way to, I mean, in terms of targets there, let's just double check that, what we could do. So if we look at Fib extensions for that move down, it already reached the 1.38. Another level to watch would be the 1.618 extension of the A wave. That's at $817. That might be, let's say, the next target to watch if it breaks below the $886 level. Yeah? So you want to have some levels to watch as we potentially go lower. On the other hand, if we see a break above this wave 4 low and it's a 5-wave move, sorry, the wave 4 high, and it's a 5-wave move, which at the moment is of course not visible, then that would be another indication that a low has been has formed basically. I mean, is there another level that would, because that's obviously waiting until it's going to go above 1250 is quite a long time, quite a long distance. So what we might want to look for is a break above the 78.6 retracement. That's at 1168. A move above that level will already be a good indication that a low has formed. Already, to be honest, a break above the 50% fib level is the earliest indication we can get, and that's at 1063. So essentially, we need to be a little bit more patient. I have at this stage, even though the low could be in, I have no evidence a low is in. We currently can only watch for a low to form. I cannot promise anything yet, but I can tell you that we are in a long-term support area and there are some smaller degree Fibonacci targets to watch. In an alternative perspective, the low that's forming here in this region is not yet all of wave 4, but instead it might form a larger A, B, C structure. But even then, this B wave could take a long time and it would include a significant rally. That's just a quick update about Palladium. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you're interested in daily updates about the S&P 500 as well as regular updates about stocks, then feel free to check out our stocks and S&P 500 service. You'll find the link in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.